Om Swastiastu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam nama budaya, salam rahayu bagi kita semua. Well, my name is Ketut, Dr. Ketut Suardana, SSM Home. I'm teaching systemic functional linguistics, semiology, translation, and language and forensic. Now, I'm focusing on systemic functional linguistics because systemic functional linguistics is applied linguistics in which the theories can be used to analyze every social media or every social phenomenon happening in communities. So, in this time that I would like to describe my what we call it the RPS, RPS rencana pembelajaran semester. Yet I would like to describe about the scope of systemic functional systemic 1. First, this topic would like to talk about what systemic functional linguistics is. Systemic functional linguistics is the science of linguistics which focus on how language is framed by social context. So, in systemic functional linguistics, language cannot stand by itself, but it will be together with social context to create certain meaning or system function. So, systemic functional linguistics is language in use. Now, so what is the target of systemic functional linguistics? The target of systemic functional linguistics is how students understand the language based on the function. Different contexts, different function or different reference, or we call it meaning. For example, when we say Indonesia is bakso, when we talk about bakso, bakso means that a kind of food which can be which can be used for lunch or dinner or whatever it is. It is a kind of food. But when we say that bakso means that this is we teach how we teach in spelling. For example, when we teach in kindergarten or children, so we say bakso, bakso means that we teach the children how to write what we are going to say or what we are going to express. That's we call it bakso. It will be different. Bakso means that it is not only for the food, but I would like to call the seller of bakso in order they give us or give me service because I would like to buy bakso. It means that different contexts will create different meaning. So, what we get from the systemic functional linguistics? The systemic functional linguistics focus on language. Context. What context is? Context, we also call that social context. It involves context of situation, context of cultures and ideology. Context of situation is related to feel, tenor, and mood. Feel is related to who speak, to whom speak, how we speak, and then what media is used. This is feel. This is the feel of discourse. And then tenor of discourse means that how we have a social relationship between the participant, whether it is vertical or horizontal relation. And we see the relationship from the linguistic features. For example, how the language is used, whether it is what we call it statement, statement, a comment, suggestion, or any kinds of clause function. Yeah. How about mood? Mood is related to about a norm, social norm that happen or that occurs in society. Yeah, just we call it what we call a mood. And what we call is about context of cultures. Context of cultures is related to about what kind of genre, whether it is narrative, it is procedural text, description, and others. And ideology is the concept or the norm which related to what people can do and what people cannot do. Yeah, one of my article related to systemic functional linguistics is first itung kuning, itung kuning, and then lutung kesarung, and then sugih and tiwas. Now I would like to tell about one of them. This is lutung kesarung. Lutung kesarung is a very popular a local narrative text. It is from West Java. The local narrative text has a very deep value, and it's the result of the result of the research is a very important to give for the communities. For example, as I say, lutung kesarung. This is a very popular text, but not all people knows the ideology of the text. Through this research, people get knowledge about the ideology of lutung kesarung. The ideology of lutung kesarung is lutung means that a greedy, because in society lutung is a kind of monkey. Monkey is associated with the greedy. Never cares with others, but greedy, focus on greedy. Kesarung means that this is a very limited or district. It means that lutung kesarung means that a people or a person who has greedy minds in the brains will have very limited movement or activities. They will get something limited, yeah, something limited. So in this case, that the text of Lutung Kesarum teach us how to be wasteful in as a human in community. In other, we get harmony in the life. Okay, the next what we call it, the research is Tung Kuning. Tung Kuning is Balinese narrative text. It has a very deep moral value, which give some significance for Balinese. Not only Balinese, but all people living in the world. For example, Tung Kuning. Tung means that in Bali, it is kind of Tung, a call of female name in Balinese. Kuning means that this is a kind of matures. Yeah, based on the research from systemic functional linguistics, Tung Kuning means that a woman who has a very natures in the brain will have harmony in the life. Yeah, so Tung Kuning text brings positive impact for the life. Yeah, I think that's all about my what we call my articles. I also do, or I until now I'm very effective in writing academic book. For example, systemic functional linguistic, yeah, in the class. And the second one, improve your English grammar. The third one, language as social semiotic. Now, the book is still being written, translation from systemic functional linguistic, which this year's, that's the last book will be published. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope the article or the books which I make will be very useful for society. Now, I would like to end my video, and I would like to end with Om Santi 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 Om. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam nama budaya, salam kebajikan bagi kita semua. Rahayu, rahayu, rahayu.